Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically now today we are going to discuss about the confidence interval for a population proportion. Now this is a new topic which we are going to start today. Let me quickly give you an overview that what we had discussed previously. So even in the previous video we had seen about the students distribution. This was a topic that we had taken, right? And we had seen one example for this question. So for today's topic, let me just quickly take out the black color and let me start writing the topic for now. And okay, and that topic is basically confidence. So it is confidence interval for a population proportion, for a population, and after this population, it's proportion. Right, so I would just request you all even to just note down this on your notebooks or whatever you're just making your notes. So confidence interval for a population proportion. Now in this topic, basically, first of all, I would let you know that how to guess that let's say you have got a question to deal with, right? You have just got a question to solve now. Now I would just let you know very first thing that how will you recognize that okay you are dealing with a proportion problem in the sense that this population proportion, right? I would tell you this thing that basically how would you get to know that okay you are dealing with a proportion problem and now how you just need to proceed further, right? This is the idea that we are going to discuss today in today's video, the real idea. Fine, so I would just come down here, let me just quickly take one another color and let me start writing the topic for now. Okay, so the topic for now that we are going to discuss is that how do you how do you know how do you know you are you are dealing with a you are dealing with a proportion problem that I just told you right now, okay, that we are dealing with a proportion. So basically there are some things that we need to have a look upon, and if that things are present or that things are not present, some things like that, so then from that we can just add on here and say that okay it is a proportion problem. Okay, so there are some criteria on which it is basically based. Now let me tell you that how and what are the criteria on which it is based. So moving towards the very first thing, that first of all what you need to check about is that I would just write that thing even here. First, you need to check the underlying distribution is binomial or not. The basically distribution that you had taken. So I would just take here as I would just let it be as underlying. Okay, let me just write this word here. First, the underlying distribution is, so I would just write here distribution is binomial. First thing you need to just check is this thing. The underlying distribution is binomial. Okay. Now, basically here no need to just worry about and mention about the mean and average and all that things. The thing is that you need to check that the distribution that you have taken, that is binomial. Right. Now, if this is the thing, then after this, what you need to do is that you need to say that if capital X, let's say X is random variable. Okay, let it be like that only. So let's say if X is a binomial random variable, as I mentioned that it is a random variable. So I would just add here binomial as well because firstly we had checked the distribution is that binomial or not. Right. So if X is a, I would just write binomial random variable. Binomial random variable, then basically what we can just say from here, what are the things that we can add on, what are the representation that we can give. So for that I can just write down here that then x approximately equal to, this is approximately equal to sign, and this x is basically my binomial random variable which I had just mentioned right now. So then x is approximately equal to capital B, and that is capital B is referring to my binomial. Okay, and in the bracket it would be n comma p. So n comma p is a particular range which you can just say. Okay, it's a particular range. Fine. So basically these are the things which you have to keep in mind. It is not overrated. Basically we have more things to add on here, but right now I just understood that first you need to check out the distribution is binomial. After that you need to find out the random binomial variable for that. Okay, that is done till now. Now basically here I'm just going to let you know that what actually n means and what actually p means. So I will just put one comma and I will just write here where n is equal to number of trials. We remember that this binomial thing is in the trials as well. Okay, we just apply it in the probability terms, right? So n is equal to number of trials. And what about P? So I would just, okay, I would just put one, I would just put one and here. And what is actually this P? So this P is the probability. I would just simply write prob instead of probability. Okay, I'm just using the short form. So the probability of a success. Okay, SUCCESS. So these are the terms which we have here, that where N is equal to number of trials and P is equal to the probability of a success. Right, so as I mentioned, X is approximately equal to capital B, and into that B I have put two terms in the bracket that were N and P. So N is basically referring to the number of trials which we have here, and P is basically referring to the probability of a success. Right. Now, basically to form a proportion, what we need to do is that. Okay, so I would just write here to form a proportion. Proportion is basically that thing which I just mentioned above, right? To form a proportion, what we need to do is that firstly we need to take x, capital X, the random variable. What is this x actually? Now this is the random variable, variable, variable. Now for what is this a random variable? So the random variable the for the success, for you can just say for the number of successes, the random variable for the number of successes. Okay, yes, SUCCESS, that is ES, right? So X is the random variable for the number of success. Let me come down first of all and let me just get some space for me. Okay, the number of successes, and what we need to do is that we need to divide it, and basically I need to divide it by n. Okay, I just need to divide it by n, right? So this is the thing that I can just have it from here. So basically take x as a random variable for the number of successes and divide it by n. These are the things which come here actually. Okay, now let me again come down and add on some more things here. Okay, now what is basically n, that I've already told you. Again I'm just repeating, that is the number of trials. So I would just write here the number of trials. Okay, I just again repeat that. So it is an n is the number of trials. And what about the random variable? So I would just add on here the random variable, p dash, we just call it as dash. Okay, p dash is that proportion. Okay, so when you're just going to find the proportion, so in that case basically we represent that as p dash. Okay, so the random variable p dash is that proportion which you are going to find out, right? So I hope I'd been very clear to you about all the things which I mentioned. Let me just quickly go above and give a quick revision of the things that I have written here. So the very first thing is that you need to check out that whether the distribution is binomial. Okay, if yes, then what you need to do is that you need to take a binomial random variable, let's say x. Okay, and then basically that x would be approximately equal to b, and in bracket it would be n comma p. Now what are these n and p? So n is basically the number of trials and p is basically the probability of success. Now if you want to form a proportion, okay, let's say you want to form proportion, then basically take x. Now x is that random variable for the number of successes, okay, and divide that number by n. Okay, and what is that n? N is basically the number of trials, and then the random variable p dash is the proportion, right? I hope I just made this thing very clear to you regarding that how you can know that basically you are dealing with a proportion problem, right? Now what next comes here is that I will be telling you one formula here, that is p dash. P dash was my proportion, right, with that a random variable for the proportion. So p dash is equal to capital X upon n. Okay, so basically what is this capital X refers to? I would just write that thing here. So capital X is my binomial, that is my binomial random, I would just add on there binomial random variable, right? We had just seen this thing above as well. And what about this small n that I have? So this small is n is basically the number of trials for me, right? That even we had seen. So I will just add on that thing here, the number of, and it is basically the trials, right? Now what can I just say one more thing from here? that basically, let's say I had written here P dash, right? Now this P dash is basically sometimes denoted by P hat. Let me show you that how we just write. Okay, let me take one different color here and I would just go on for, let's say, this one. So I would just write the thing here that sometimes random variable that is like this, sometimes random variable is denoted by p hat small, that is my capital P that we had already taken, and this cap sign. Okay, we just even sometimes use this in vector as well, right? I cap, j cap, k cap. So this is the same cap which I had put here. We can even just call it as p hat also, or you can just call it as p cap also, right? So basically these are some things for that we have for this, basically how you'll be checking out that it is a proportion problem or not. Now we had several conditions and several criteria in this, and basically we had several formulas also. So that all we'll be discussing in the next video, right? So for now I have mentioned about, I'll be checking this thing, and even I had mentioned one formula that is P dash is equal to x upon n, and where basically that x is my binomial random variable and n is basically the number of trials, and sometimes basically this P dash is even represented as P and then hat, right? So I hope I just made this thing very clear to you regarding the proportion problems. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.